This video is brought to you by Huawei App Gallery.
The time has finally come. After a month delay and thanks to the hard work of the team of NetEase, Tank Company is finally launching on the 15th of September, and as you already know, App Gallery is the best place to play it, with back-to-back discounts and offers. Immediately on launch until the 7th of October, App Gallery will be running an offer where you can claim coupons of up to 40% off daily, which you can claim every day from their campaign page.
Download App Gallery using the link in the description or just refer to my previous video. When you're done downloading Huawei App Gallery, make sure to create an account and change your location to either
UK, Ireland, Australia or New Zealand.
It works regardless of the country you're living in, as long as you switch to those.
From there, search Tank Company and download the game. For me, it's pre-ordered simply because I recorded that one day before the official release, but don't worry, you will get an install button. To access the offer, nothing easier. Click the link in the description that will redirect you to the campaign page. From there, scroll down till you find coupons and claim them. Accept the terms and conditions of the campaign and head back to Tank Company to buy something. The coupons will automatically be applied. And you know what's best? You can claim each coupon every day for the rest of the campaign. So many thanks to App Gallery for sponsoring this video. Bonjour everyone, Pentoof here today for a new video in which we are gonna take at the worst deal ever in World of Tanks Blitz history, because we talk about a premium tank turned into a collectible, a low tier that is capable of ruining you faster than playing full gold shell with an FV183, aka the Panzer IIJ. You're probably thinking right now, nah, he's kidding, it's impossible that a small tier 3 is one of the most expensive tanks to run by. Well, yes and no. Yes, it could be one of the smallest tanks in terms of run if you want it to be totally useless and not do anything on the battlefield. But if you really want to get into it and therefore do damage and have good stats with the tank, you are gonna ruin yourself so bad. Because this bad boy is at tier 3 equipped with a tier 1 gun, and the main problem of that gun is that it really sucks in terms of penetration. 46 alpha penetration. I don't know if it's the right thing, but 46 millimeters of penetration with your standard shell. What do you penetrate with 46 millimeters? RHM, maybe WT auf Panzer IV, only in the turret of course, and maybe the Stur Emil, but that's all, literally, which means that you are forced by the gameplay, and if you want to have fun, to play it full gold. And it's really not cheap. Personally, I decided to run it like Bill Gates, and oh boy, is it going to cost you 160,000 credits if you want to fill your shells totally with gold. Yeah, for tier 3 it hurts. And it's not the only downside this tank has, because obviously if it was just that and the tank was perfect in every single other ways, I would be fine with it, but no guys. Even if you have a tier 4 engine, you are gonna go to 31 kilometers per hour. This is pure bullshit. At maximum, you're gonna go at maybe 18, 19. If you are using an engine booster, like it's my case with the consumable, you can try to achieve 23, 24 kilometers per hour, but that's it. And I do not understand why Wargaming is not doing anything about that tank. I guess that they really wanted to dig it in a hole for people not to play it, to avoid bullying the new players. But goddamn, Wargaming, we paid for that thing. We paid for it. If I pay for the whole tankometer, I'm gonna use the whole tankometer. But we could also say that this mobility is justified by its armor, because it seems, on paper at least, that it's quite armored. 80 millimeters of armor raw at the front. What's the problem, you're gonna tell me? You are supposed to be here to be a mouse at tier 3, bouncing everything, destroying your opponents, but what will happen is that, yes, in practice, maybe that if your enemy is having a stock gun, he will not penetrate you, but as long or as soon as he has the latest gun and he's switching to gold shells, you are just a big and slow target. How amazing, isn't it? So, there we are with the beast, or I should say the slow beast, because all of a sudden, as the game just starts, you see that we're struggling getting to more than 20 kilometers per hour. And the most shaming thing is that the Panzer D2, which is known to be one of the slowest tank of the tier, is still gonna go faster than us. Obviously, I can't let my ego get crushed like that, and I decide to use my ego boost, my consumable, and well, it just got me from 15 kilometers per hour to 20. It's just ridiculous when you think about it, because I feel like as a new player, if you bought that thing and you played it for the first time, you would think, damn, if I'm slow, it probably means that I can handle a lot of shots, like I can bounce my opponents. And it's not even going to be the case, because since Wargaming decided to touch to low tiers, increasing the penetration of some, literally deleting some other tanks, we are just here with a new meta in which the Panzer IIJ doesn't fit at all. Now, still, there is something quirky about the tank, which is its autoloader. As you can see right now, we have a 0.1 seconds of reload, because you can clip your 4 shells within 0.4 seconds in total, which means that your bursting abilities are still nice, at least on paper. Because the main problem is, your alpha damage is a little bit too poor. If you manage to snap all your shells in your targets, you will do at maximum 80-90 damage per clip. And in my opinion, it's obviously not enough for you to be competing with some tanks like the Kenny. I mean, look at the Kenny. With its alpha damage gun, it has the possibility of doing 130 damage in 2 shells, so a whole clip. And obviously, this is the kind of things that makes me believe that Wargaming should work back on the tank. Maybe now something fun to tell you guys: every time you fire a whole clip, keep in mind that it's going to cost you 4,000 credits. Like, just like that, with those 4 shells in, 4,000 credits are gone. And this is what makes it fun and depressing at the same time. If you are really running low on credits, I will totally tell you not to play that tank at all. Now, is it still fun to play nowadays? I'm gonna tell you what. In my opinion, Wargaming is lacking something with this tank. I understand that back in the day it was too strong, which means that it had to be nerfed in one or other way. And Wargaming decided to go for the 5.5 update that totally changed the gameplay, but at the same time, they took away some privileges that those kind of tanks could have. I remember back in the days, as we had less players, when you played with the Panzer IIJ, you were always top tier. And in my opinion, today, and specifically today, it's a necessity to fight with this tank only against tier 3 maximum, because if you don't, you are gonna end up like me right now. I got totally killed by that Cruiser 4 because it's known to have a better gun than me, and my armor is totally useless because it also has a better penetration than me. As long or as soon as an enemy switches to gold shell, it's over. There is nothing you can do. And it's just a shame to think that what once used to be the king of tier 3 overall, I remember when the game first started, you played with that thing, it was impossible not to get a win, and you can find plenty of replays of old World of Tank Blitz about that tank, and you're gonna think to yourself, damn, it was broken, and it was maybe too broken, but right now it went from too broken to totally useless, and I just want Wargaming to do something about that tank, adding a premium matchmaking or something like that, maybe increasing a little bit the alpha damage of the gun, maybe increasing a little bit the armor. Truly, I don't know, I'm not a developer, but at least to give back the players that had the pleasure to play that thing back in the days, to give them back the nostalgia, to, I don't know, just to make it look like a good old World of Tank Blitz, like it was the case before. I know that Wargaming is always going for new things, etc., but sometimes what you had at the core of the game, at the start of the game, is what players are expecting. But in the current scenario, do not buy this, but luckily for you, there is something special in the shop. Because even if the Panzer IIJ sucks right now, you have something called a Nimble Platoon for the exact same price in the shop. That includes the Light Vic, a tank you don't want to play, it totally sucks, and the Tetrarch. It's a tier 2, not a tier 3, but it's quite interesting because out of all the tier 2, it's the one that has the most penetration. It also has a good mobility, a good flexibility, and even if it doesn't have enough armor, you're at tier 2. I mean, nobody has armor at tier 2. So definitely a good deal if you are looking for something to have some fun while still clubbing those poor new players. So yeah, hopefully guys, you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And most importantly, if you are still playing your Panzer IIJ, tell me in the comments how you play yours. How does it adapt? How, I don't know, just how you play it, because personally, I love that tank and I wish I could love it again like I used to. But in its current state, it's impossible. So please save me from my depression against that tank. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you here, boys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna see you soon in streams, because I should be able to stream at the beginning of October if everything goes fine, which is a fine line between both of them. So hopefully we will see you there. See ya.